Yes, it's Mastercard. So yes, so we have seen some of the brands, and just by watching the logo, so we know what brand it is. So that's the power of brand. That's power of logo. So these things does not happen overnight. So all the logos you have seen, they have built these brands over the years. They have done a lot of activities, and they have followed the lot of strategies, and at the end of the day, so we all know these brands by watching their logo. That's the achievement of a good brands. So just watching the logo, you can, even for some brands, just watching the text message or the communication of some part of the communication, you can gauge what brand it could be. So that's the achievement of any good brands at the end of the day. So I will share few components which is actually important for building career in marketing. So I would like to share four major components. Obviously, there are more and more components, and if you go online, you will get a lot of things which are required for building career in marketing. But I am sharing eight components what I personally believe is important for building career in marketing. So first is product development, which she probably asked the first question she asked about this, the product development and launch. So product development, as I was saying, is very important to understand the need gap in the among the target audience, or among the geography where we are operating our business. So, for example, at Domino's Pizza, Domino's is a global brand. So, if we only sell the same, if we sell same products, or if we offer same products across the world, it might not work, because we know that the food habit of different countries, different age groups is different, right? So so it is important to understand the taste or the preference of the consumers, and develop the products accordingly. So I am just giving one example, and coincidentally, today we have launched a new product in Bangladesh, and that is rice bowl, rice meal. You have not seen any communication, because we have just launched today. Our communication will be launched in 4 5 days. So I'm just giving that example. Why rice? And in South Asia, we have Domino's in Pakistan, in India, in Sri Lanka, in Bangladesh. So we are the first market. Bangladesh is the first market where Domino's launched rice. So we have launched it today. And why rice? Uh, and Domino's is always known about pizza. But at the end of the day, we have seen that uh, our lunch period is very low. If we see, we have separated, or we have divided every day in different day parts. So we see that our contribution of lunch part is very very small to our business. And we wanted to we have tried a lot of things, but at the same time, we also worked on developing a new product which can be a very good offering during the lunch period. So considering that, we have launched this rice meal today, and hopefully within few days you will also get the opportunity to have it, if you like Domino's, or if you come to Domino's, or if you order from home. So product development is very important, and the relevant product. And obviously, when we launch a new product, obviously the important is how you're pricing it, how you are communicating it, what is the offering, what is the differentiation versus the other similar products available in the market. Then brand building activities. When we launch a product or launch a brand, obviously the brand building activities is important. And it's not that you will spend for a or you will invest for a brand for a particular first 3 years or so. It is a continuous process. Obviously, initially you will we always invest more to build the awareness regarding the brand, regarding the offerings, and obviously with time we expand our media vehicle also. Third thing, if I say, is understanding the consumer is very important, and how they behave to a particular or how their lifestyle is. So that is, understanding the consumer behavior is very important to design your product, design your offerings to the consumer. The macro and macroeconomics of the country is very important to understand. So we know that in Bangladesh recently we have seen the dollar rate is depreciating. We have some other issues also. The fuel cost has increased significantly in last 6 7 months. So so this, understanding this micro and macroeconomics is important for marketing functions and people who are working in marketing. One of the important stakeholders is the media houses. So it can be TV, it can be print. Now obviously social media is very important. So media buying happens for Facebook, Google, and other social media platforms also. So the media management is very important, important activity for a brand manager or marketeer. Then obviously whatever you communicate, whatever you do in media, so you have to have develop a very good communication for your brand and for your products. After that, being innovative is a must kind of thing, because all the brands are talking, all the brands are communicating their offerings and everything. So you have to be very innovative, so that your communication, your products, your offerings is something different and can grab the attention of your target audience easily. And at the end of the day, you have to manage a lot of stakeholders in marketing. So marketing works with all the functions in an organization. So you need to share sales forecast with supply chain, you need to work with sales team for forecasting and sales achievement. You need to work with finance for new investments for your marketing activities. You need to work with creative teams, you need to work with uh, all the functions, quality assurance team, and almost every team. So stakeholder also, at the same time you need to manage a lot of external stakeholder, like media buying agencies. You need to work with creative agencies. So you have to manage a lot of stakeholders in this sector. So I would like to give you some idea with some of the things what I have already discussed, the 8 things. So media landscape. So I will not go into very deep, but I will give you a bit of idea. If I give you the recent example, the population, it is actually research. I am presenting a report research which was done by Kantar in 2021. It was a national media survey. So if we see, it was a comparison between 2018 and 2021. So our population has increased by 1%, but if you see the number of households has increased by 5%. So if you see, the population has not increased as much as the household increased. And so also if you see, the male uh, gender, I mean male population has increased, and female has slightly decreased. So also if you see the age group wise population, you will see that the 40 plus 40 plus population has come down slightly, while the youth, I mean the population of 2015 to 24 or 25 to 34 has increased. So based on these, you need to decide whom you will target, what kind of product you will offer, what media you will pick to communicate or to reach this audience. And in Bangladesh TV is still the number one media, and TV reached to almost 84, 85 percent, 84% people. And after that, now it is internet. So internet has significantly gone up versus 2018. I think in 2024, if we see the recent data, the internet penetration will be even higher. So it is a 2 years old data. So if we see today's data, this number might vary. So that is the latest data we have. So also, if we see the print media, print readership has come down. At the same time, if you see the bottom right table, that the read newspapers online, 25% people now reads online newspapers, while it was only 12%, half of that back in 2018. So media consumption habit is also changing. We talked about the consumer behavior. Understanding consumer behavior is important. So every consumer actually makes decision in these 5 steps. They follow these 5 steps always. In most of the cases, they follow these 5 steps. So consumer has a need of something, so he recognizes that I need something, and then he or she searches for the information. So what can be the alternatives? So after searching the information, he has a number of alternatives. Then he or she evaluates what would be the suitable alternative for him or her, and then he or she takes the purchase decision. And after that, once he or she tried the product or service, then he evaluate again whether he will go uh, for repeat purchase, or he will leave the brand. So trial generation is important for any product or service at the initial stage. So and after that, if obviously we expect that the repeat purchase will happen, and if that happens, you will slowly gradually starts getting the loyal customers, who eventually at the later stage become your advocacy, who do the advocacy also for the brand. So for example, I have given one example. So here, if your need is staying fit, so if someone wants to stay fit, so he or she needs to probably have a honey. And when you uh, when you actually go for that search for information stage, you will get lot of honey, local honey, there will be branded honey, there will be international imported honey and all. But based on your alternatives, you will make a decision. So these are the 5 steps actually how consumers make their decision. And so it is important to understand the consumers decision making process. Also, I was talking about the economic and macro and microeconomic indicators. And if we see this data, see Bangladesh has 1265 uh, people per square kilometer, which is which is highest in South Asia, and probably one of the highest globally. So this is one of the reasons why you see that a lot of international brands are coming to Bangladesh, and hopefully going forward, uh, you will see more and more international brands coming in the country. So it is a very important to see that this densely population is very very helpful for any kind of business. In a small area, in a small geography, you get so many people, so every people have that needs to consume a lot of things. Also the economy is growing. So this is very important for any business, and that's why we see that the international brands are focusing in Bangladesh. Also, this is the demographic or ACC, socioeconomic classification. So if we see, there is a comparison of 3 decades: 1991, 2011, and 2021. So if you see the first graph in 1991, our bottom of the pyramid people population was almost 60%, and top ACCA there were only 2%, which has moved up to 4% in 2021 and 5% in 2025. So earlier it was a pyramid shape ACC in Bangladesh, which now in 2021 is has become like a diamond. So the ACCE from 59 to 32 15, so it has shrinked significantly, while SEC A, B, C, and D have increased. So this gives an idea how consumers purchase purchase ability has increased. So this is GDP. We always heard of GDP. So even in 2021, when COVID hit, lot of this strong economies in the world actually got the hit. Even that year, we made a 3.5 percent GDP growth rate was 3.5%, and this is how contributions are coming from different sectors to the GDP. Agriculture, which was on agriculture was a significant uh, contributor that is coming down, and your service and industry is going up. So, which is a very positive indication for the economy. So this is an example. I wanted to share some reference what we do at Domino's. So I am giving one of our campaigns idea what we did in recent World Cup during Cricket World Cup. So I don't know if you follow our social media pages. You will see we do a lot of campaigns on different occasions like Ramadan, on football, FIFA World Cup campaigns, on the all the big days or occasions. We try to come up with something new, and since cricket is very important for Bangladesh, everyone follows almost everyone follows cricket. So we obviously wanted to make the best out of it. So I'll go a bit faster. So obviously, our objective was to connect cricket and pizza during the World Cup. We knew who our target audience is actually the Tiger fans, pizza lovers, and cricket fanatics. So we know that people in Bangladesh are very crazy. We see in the stadiums, even at homes, also we get crazy when we watch cricket. So considering that, we got an insight that apart from food, cricket is another thing that bring people together. And Bangladeshi fans not only shout, they always roar for the team, for the Tigers, for even for the international players. They also roar. So actually, we wanted to bring that pizza and cricket fandom together, and to do so, we actually said that Domino's Pizza is going to be the roar partner of this cricket in during the World Cup. And from that we actually came to our campaign theme was boxe hobe gorjon, as we are saying that Bangladeshi uh, supporters actually roar for their uh, teams and players. And from this big idea we actually designed our pizza box accordingly. So whoever orders Domino's, you see that we have a regular pizza box, but time to time we bring innovation in the packaging also. So this was the box during the World Cup, and there was, if you are seeing one QR code which you can scan, and after scanning this on your phone, you would get a, uh, a scale where if you roar, it will give you a score out of 10. So how loudly you roared for your team, and by doing so you could have uh, shared the screenshot of your scores with Domino's during the World Cup. And audiences actually got the opportunity to win a lot of jersey, free pizza, and there are a lot of other gifts as well. Signed cricket ball also was there. And overall campaign, this was in different phases we communicated. So this was actually the teasers. So we wanted to connect it with cricket as well. So there is the teaser for 6 days left, 4 days left, and 1 day left kind of thing. And this is the box, and this is how we revealed our box. Did you guys get the sound audio?
We did, bhai.
Okay, all right, fine. So this is a customized jersey we made for the World Cup season, and fan jersey we made. And in by attending in those campaigns, you could have won this jersey. And here also we wanted to bring something that 1999 was the first World Cup, and we wanted to make this jersey look closer to that. So that retro effect we used. This was some other communications we did, and we offered a 12% discount during the World Cup. And one can ask, why 12%, why not 10%, why not 20%, why not 12%? So the answer is actually, we always know that the supporters are the 12th man for any team. So that's why 12% discount for the 12th man. So that's how we planned and come out. So basically we wanted to connect with cricket. If you see the coming, okay, I'll show the OVC also, which might take a minute.
Breathe in, breathe. Your CGPA 3.5। এই বিশ্বকাপে ডমিনোজের সাথে গর্জন করতে রেডি সবাই। বক্সে স্ক্যান করে সবচেয়ে জোরে গর্জন করে জিতে নাও স্পেশাল ফ্যান জার্সি প্রতিদিন। এছাড়াও টাইগার 12 কোড ইউজ করে অর্ডার করলে সবার জন্য 12% ডিসকাউন্ট। এই বিশ্বকাপে ডমিনোজ বক্সে হবে গর্জন।
All right. So this was some of the other communication. These are some activities we did for in-store branding and activities. There were some engaging games for the audience who are coming to stores during the World Cup. This was three combos we launched during the World Cup, and if you see the names, the cheeky single, quick double, it's maximum. So we tried to connect this with the cricket terminologies. So whoever follows the cricket, we know that what is cheeky single, what is quick double. So we wanted to connect the names of the combos with cricket as well. We used, so all these things actually we communicated through multiple ways. We communicated through OVC, there were media buying and all. Also, obviously, we taken these 8 influencers who actually communicated all these things on their platforms also. Yeah, that was the example I wanted to share. This is something else I wanted to share with you guys, that I talked about that innovation. So obviously, being a pizza brand, Domino's, the pizza box is very important for us. That is, so it goes to everyone who order Domino's. So if you see, time to time we have launched, we have brought a lot of innovations to our packaging. So first one, you are seeing the boxe chorai utsaber khushi. That is actually our box for Ramadan. We launched this box during Ramadan. And if you see the artworks of this packaging, so this pizza box, you will see uh, the all the elements were very relevant for Dhaka city. Actually, we wanted to bring 30 minutes before Dhaka on the before the iftar, 30 minutes before iftar Dhaka on the box. So there is lot of traffic jam. There is rickshaws. There are people going for shopping. There are people going for uh, iftar. They are ready for iftar prayers and everything. And when someone scan this code, all these things go live. So this metro rail starts moving, lights starts dieseling, bikes starts moving, people starts having foods. So you get a different experience by scanning this box. So that was Ramadan box. Then we have launched another box during our another campaign, which was live pizza theater. If you order Domino's from home or from office, I mean, if you place an delivery order, within a very short period of time you will get a uh, text message with a link. And if you click on that, tap on that link, you will, your screen, I mean, you will get to know, you will get to see the live pizza making from the store. And whatever store you ordered, the camera of that store will switch on your screen. So from work, from home or from office, wherever you are ordering, you can watch how the pizza is being made at a store. So that is actually, we wanted to bring that uh, what it says, that visibility to everyone. Because if you visit Domino's store, you see that our kitchen is very open. It's open for everyone. You can watch how we are making pizza, how we are making, stretching the dough, how we are making, giving the toppings, how it is being baked in the oven. So it is visible for everyone. So we thought that and just to give you an idea, almost 40% of our orders come from online and for delivery. So we wanted to bring this convenience to our audience who are ordering from home, that so that they can also have the visibility how the pizza is being made, how transparent we are. So we wanted to make it very transparent for the audience. This is the third one you are seeing. This is actually for the football World Cup we developed. And by scanning this one, you could have played football. So this, once you scan this box, the pizza box itself turns into a football field and you can score goals. And within a 30 seconds, the highest goal scorer gets something exciting as customized ball and jersey, etc. That was the thing for football World Cup. This is, I have already talked about the left side one, which was for Cricket World Cup. And the latest innovation in our packaging is the right side one. Just to inform you, we have very recently expanded our business to program. We launched 2 stores in last week of December, just last month. So we developed a new box for Chattogram. And if you see the box, all the major landmarks of Chittagong we wanted to put, so that people of Chittagong feel proud and they can connect with the brand more. So, and we have, if you see the name, Bishwa Ghure Chattogramme. So we are, Domino's is present in more than 90 countries, and after spreading to multiple markets, now it is in it landed in Chattogram. And if you see, there is Tamim Iqbal's, I should not mention the name, there is a cricketers who actually resembles Tamim Iqbal. There is Tiger Pass. There is Jobbarer Bori Khela. There is Sports City. There is, I mean, there is also the latestly inaugurated tunnel, Bangabandhu tunnel. So all the major things we wanted to put on the box. So yeah, that was from my side. I think I have taken a bit more time what I promised to take, but I would like to finish now. And I think I have answered a lot of questions. So still, if you have any further question, you can ask me. I have my email address here. Also, this is my LinkedIn profile. So if you want to connect, you can connect and you can ask me anything. I would like to get back. I try to get back if you have any question. And I'm closing, but the last sentence I would like to share is your family is always your family should always come first. Wherever you are, family will be there. And this is my grandma, who is 100 years old, and she is alhamdulillah still fit. So please pray for her. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ভাই. So it was a very detailed session we had from you. So এখন হচ্ছে আমরা ওয়াসিক ভাইয়ের কাছে চলে যাব। আর আমাদের যদি কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন থাকে কোনো অডিয়েন্সে, সেগুলোর জন্য আমাদের লাস্টে কিউএনএ সেশন আছে। তো সেখানে হচ্ছে আমরা কোয়েশ্চেনগুলো নিয়ে নিব, তাহলে যেন আমাদের সেশনটা ফ্লোটা থাকে। সো ওয়াসিক ভাই, প্লিজ, নাও ইটস ইওর টার্ন।
Well, hello everyone. People clearly? Can you all hear me?
Yes, bhai,
Yes,
you are
bhai.
audible.
Okay, let me just share my slides. Let me know if you guys can see my slides.
Yes, ভাই, it's we can see it.
Cool. Right. Whenever I'll be doing the presentation, if any of you want to stop me, have a question, or just have inquisitiveness regarding any part of the slides, please do interrupt. You guys can unmute your microphone and have a chat with me. I will definitely try to answer as to the best of my capabilities. So first of all, I think the topic that Prakriti shared with me is regarding marketing and branding communication, and what my 2 cents are regarding this. So first of all, I will try to cover 3 topics during this. I think it was mentioned in the brief as well that what is the scope of this, what are the necessary skill sets, and what are the potential career trajectories that if we really want to do or follow this path of marketing and brand communication and want to work in that space, what should be our potential career trajectories or how we should be planning for our careers as well. But before I begin, I would like to share a bit about myself as well. As you all know, my name is Wasik, better to be known to my friends and family as Zaga and Zapi's Baba. I have 2 children. One is the older one is 6, and the younger one is 2.5. I've been a marketing professional for the last 12 years. I got educated from BF Shine College, Tejga. Then I moved to Dhaka College. Then I did my undergrad of business administration from Khulna University. And I did my executive MBA from BUP a few years back. I joined in my last year of my graduation. I got the opportunity to be part of British American Tobacco Bangladesh. I was part of Battle of Minds, the 2011 Battle of Minds team for Khulna University. We became second runner-up, and fortunately, I got a call from BAT to be part of their team after going through all the assessments. I joined as a data officer in trade marketing back in those days. At that point of time, British American Tobacco used to hire management trainees from of marketing from the field team. So it went down for 3 years. I was selected as a management trainee after 13 months of being as a data officer. Then I moved to head office to do several roles in business development and in brand marketing. I was a brand officer. I was a distribution development executive. After completing those things, I was shipped out to BAT South Korea for a role called cycle planning executive, which was basically part of the strategy and insights team. BAT functions in 3 marketing spheres. We have sub departments of marketing. So brand marketing is there, trade marketing, and strategy and insights. So I was there for a while. I came back to Bangladesh, got promoted, and became the area manager of Rangpur. Then I moved, after doing that role, I moved back to head office, did some roles in strategy and insights team. Then moved out to the field again as senior area manager select. Then I moved back into head office as I did several roles before in brands or in trades, and I became the regional manager of select. After doing that role for 2 years, I moved out as a senior brand manager AWAP which was basically the premium segments and aspirational premium segments. And doing that role, I got the area senior brand manager role of Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. So I used to look after the Sri Lanka business and look after their brands as well. And I recently just moved from that role to be the sales operation manager. So I look after the trade marketing central team. I look after the planning and systems. I think all these 12 roles in 12 years, there are a few roles here and there. But what I tried to say, I've pretty much lived out of this 12 years, 6 years in trade marketing and sales, and 6 years in brands. So it's pretty much 50-50 splits. And these jargons might not be very familiar to you, but these are all corporate roles and responsibilities different from one organization to another. In my personal life, I'm passionate about traveling and history. I love to drive. I've been to pretty much all the places of Bangladesh, and I've traveled extensively to roughly 14, 15 countries in the world. So that's all about me. I think, as Prathiti mentioned, I'll be discussing a few things which I shared. Before I go on, I just Googled up as Prathiti was telling me that I need to share some contents and talk about this topic. I left school. By school, I mean the graduation and the business school quite a few years back. And if you have any clue regarding what's executive MBA is, that there's not much educational preference of executive MBA. I really bunked my classes and only attended the exams to pass the exams. So I tried to find the definition of what marketing and branding communication actually means, because I'm talking to I believe a lot of undergrad students that are there. So it's basically nothing but communication to target markets and advertising. It includes advertising, direct marketing, social marketing, and sponsorship, all these things. Basically, this means to me, what I've learned through the course of last 12 years is talking with your potential customers or consumers in whatever form or shape, and how you can actually reach your consumers or make a connection via consumers. It's just like trying to make a new friend. If you consider your organization or your product to be something which is looking for fans, and if you are trying to make new fans, when you go into a new place, you just try to start communicating about yourself and you talk about yourself. And that's how this thing actually works. In this case, this is an organization or a brand trying to reach out to its fans or trying to be friends with its consumers. So they start the repeat purchases or be affiliated with this brand. If I talk about this, there are basically three ways that Google told me that this communication to consumer actually happens. We all know about advertising, how the advertising world works. We see billboards, we see messagings in social media, we see sponsorships where heroes actually wear the logos of our favorite brands and stuff. Here are three examples of this, which I will be elaborating in the next slides. One is advertising, and if you see the billboard, it calls pasta Heinz. Heinz is basically a ketchup brand, and there is no mention of that ketchup in that billboard. I think I will talk a bit details about all these three things and how social media have started communicating with its consumers differently, and how sponsorships evolved over the last few years, or in the last out of 100 and so years. So uh, I think the objective of all this communication is to be heard by your target consumers that you actually exist. The reason why we say that, if you want to make friends with your consumers, you have to first let them know that you exist and you're actually better versus the competition that is out there. I think any brand that we choose, they communicate with us and they try to give us a benefit and a reason to be with them. I think everything that we purchase, maybe a t-shirt from Gorukhash, or buy an iPhone, or probably purchase a air ticket or a bus ticket, whatever we do, everything has a communication medium, and they try to tell us that it is better versus whatever that is available out there. And the reason brands do it or marketing communication is done is to grow the bottom line. Anything that is related, you get a lot of awareness in the market regarding your brand, but if it doesn't grow the bottom line, by bottom line, the profit line, it doesn't really help. So a brand or marketing communication is based on the fact that it needs to grow the bottom line and will acquire or make sure more people know about it because it is getting purchased. And at the end of the day, more volume means more profit. So that's why a brand try to communicate with us so frequently in the coming years or in their day-to-day level. Now, regarding advertising, the billboard that I showed is because there is a reason why I showed that. When we talk about advertising, there are so many things that we can talk about. But I found this interesting story. There's this show in Netflix called Mad Men. It's a season. It's actually talks. The guy Dan is actually the main protagonist of that show. Works in an advertising agency, and in this certain uh, episode, it shows that he's actually pitching something to the Heinz executives. Heinz is basically the tomato sauce maker. They're the number one sauce maker of USA in terms of volume. So he's actually pitching this idea of Fuzz the Heinz. It is so popular. You need to connect with your consumer. So you need to tell us that how to pass the Heinz. And it aired online and people loved this episode and Heinz took note of it. So what they did is whenever Heinz felt that this episode has been able to connect with their consumers, they actually bought the copyright for it and pasted on magazines, newspapers, and everything. And this created a 2.6 billion media impression. So, for example, this was not Heinz' idea. Nobody told Heinz to do this, but they listened to the people that are there in the marketplace. What do I mean by marketplace? The general people. As this episode was aired, it created a lot of buzz that people are talking about it. People are actually loving the idea. So what Heinz did, they actually contacted the director and the guys who made this episode and asked them that whether they can use this or not. We have heard about product placement. This is how the things work in the other ways. So anytime any advertisement happens, that's because you want to know the trend line, what's happening or what people are talking about, and you want to capitalize on that. As Imon was showing that he was capitalizing regarding the Cricket World Cup or the Football World Cup, but at this point of time, people are actually talking about it, and this is what the world is watching. So you always want to be part of that thing. And if as a brand marketeer or someone who is working in the communications department can always capitalize on what's trending in the scene, you can always get boosted output out of that. So I think that's how Heinz capitalized this. So in any terms of advertising, whenever we say advertising, it's actually because we want to communicate with our consumers and we want to communicate at what is relevant. If I show something in my ads which is of 70s era, the clothing and the things that the individual or the models or everyone is wearing, it's from an era which is not relevant, then that will not hit a connect with the people. So if I need to be connected with my consumers and my advertisement needs to be talked or intrigued by the consumers, I need to be relevant. And by relevant, I need to be with time. So that is the reason why these impressions were made by Heinz. The second bit, I think the social media, I think we are all connected through our smartphones. And as we are connected through our smartphones, the social media is listening to us. If we do not plug off the microphone of our phones, which is in the settings side, they will always hear us. And that's how we get to know, the marketeer gets to know what's the wants and need of the people that is actually happening in the market. The prime example of this is many social media campaigns that we do, where you're listening to your target consumers of what is happening around the world or what needs to be there and amplifying the consumers as well. Two examples are here. iPhone, when it was promoting itself, its cameras and sharing the consumer benefit end, it ran a campaign called Shot on iPhone. So every picture that you taken on iPhone, you could go and post it on iPhone's Instagram page, and they will actually showcase your photo that you took. And that actually created a lot of consumers taking a lot of photos in iPhone. And that's how iPhone actually told us that yes, you do not need 128 GB in your hard disk of your iPhone. You probably need a lot more because you are snapping all the time. I think this is how you actually take your brand from understanding what the consumers need and also educate what the consumers actually need. And in terms of Nike Run, the application that we use or can download in your phones, it came upon when Nike wanted to promote its um, activity that they do. Because whenever we do more activities, we will require more running shoes or lifting shoes or any sort of that thing. So they started promoting this, that just please do snap the time that you're working out, and we will try to promote you. So the world, here you can see someone is actually lifting weights and he wants to decrease 500 pounds. Nike actually promoted this activity on its Instagram page as well. So they are always trying, all the big brands in the world are always trying to listen to its consumers in some shape or form. Even also mentioned about Kantar, and there are many research agencies which actually publish report. At the same time, all the brands want you to follow them in Instagram or in Facebook or in some sort of form, so that they can listen to you, what you're doing, what you want you to do, and how you can showcase yourself, so that there is a connectivity. So the brand or a marketing guy can communicate to you in your own words, terms, what you like and what you don't dislike, so that it can become a friend to you. For example, if you look at your favorite brands, can it be Arong, it can be YOLO, it can be anything that Bangladesh has. You connect with it, that's why you're a repeat purchaser. So as a brand marketer or a marketing guy who is actually communicating or making the copyright, you need to be able to connect with your consumers. So that's why you need to know your consumers more in order to develop these campaigns. Lastly, in terms of sponsorships, in Bangladesh, we see a lot of our cricketers getting sponsored by our telcos, and a lot of sponsorships are there where we actually follow the leaders or the cricketers or the celebrities, and we try to emulate them. This is actual human tendency. So in marketing or marketing communication, we actually do that. So the biggest example of sponsorship, this is probably one of the longest lasting endorsement in the world, where Tiger Woods was sponsored by Nike. This just ended few days back. It's a 27-year partnership for 500 million. So that's the uh, amount of the endorsement that was given to. Just give me a second. So that was the amount of endorsement payment that was given to Tiger Woods. And Phil Knight, the owner of Nike, is also someone who is very close with Tiger Woods' family, and both of the families are close. But the reason I wanted to share this, that sponsorship ends when the benefit declines, it ends. So you need to know what to sponsor and what not to sponsor. And if you sponsor something, that needs to give you benefits. So as a marketing guy or a marketing professional, you have to sponsor to communicate with your consumers, but you will also need to know there needs to end of the relationship so you can move on and do sponsor new sponsorship partners. Tiger Woods ran into controversy a few years back, and it didn't give as much benefit that it used to be. So there are always, the reason I showed this, there is always two sides to the coin. So as a marketer, you need to be aware of what works, what's providing the bottom line, and when to stop something. Yes, it can be a brilliant idea to sponsor, but you also need to find out for any campaign, if it doesn't work in the market, you need to pull the plug out. If any product is not doing well in the market, you need to pull the plug out and you need to take it out. So we can always launch new campaigns, new activities, new sponsorships, but we will always need to plug it out. So these are the three areas in a bigger perspective that we use in marketing to talk to your consumers. And we are also doing the same in Bangladesh as well. If you look at advertising, social media, and sponsorship, the aromatic 100% halal shaban was there when we were growing up. I don't know whether you Gen Zs have heard about it or not, but this was part of that advertising. And whenever we are trying to book a flight and you talk to your phone and searching for a flight option, ShareTrip will give you a suggestion as a suggested ad what trips you can make to outside of the country and even within the country as well. And no matter how tacky this sounds, Zayed Khan's video in Daraz that actually got a highest number of views in recent times and it went viral. So Daraz actually connected itself with a lot of mass population, which it failed to do. So all these tips and tricks that we are doing in marketing and branding communication are being done in Bangladesh. What I'm trying to say, showed you the examples around the world, but how we are using this and understanding that what to use and how to use and when to use is very important. I think these are the ways that brands communicate to its consumer to become friends with them. Now, coming down to the later part, if you really want to pursue this career of communicating with the consumers, there are certain thumb rules which I learned in my last 12 years is first of all, you need to know what's happening around you, not necessarily what's written in the books. I think first of all, when I was going through my undergrad, my CGPA is horrendous, but I remember one of my seniors telling me that you need to understand principles of marketing or marketing management more than whatever you do if you really want to pursue this career. So these are the two books I read cover to cover. So that helped me to probably study. And also, I think whenever you travel or whenever something's happening, what's the latest news, where the trend is going, what is happening, how it is connected, and whether your brand is relevant to connect in that or not. So you need to know that in order to always stay afloat in the marketing world. Because in the marketing profession, whatever is going to be successful, people will always choose to be with the successful people. If you want to stay relevant in the marketing world, you always need to know what's happening around the world. And you cannot learn always from your mistakes. Like, for example, if you want to launch a campaign, because any campaign or activities of marketing communication or brand communication requires a hell lot of budget. And if you fail to hit the KPIs of your organization, the organization will not be happy with you, and probably you need to do something else. So it always helps if you read case studies of the past that how the marketing world or the brand and marketing communications have evolved around the world. And from those, you can choose to understand what it worked, how it worked, and what are the mistakes that were made. So you don't make the mistakes here. At the end of the day, if you look into all of this, this requires a lot of rigor, patience, and resilience. And if you're not passionate about it, you will not find you will not be happy about it. At the end of the day, if you're in your job, if you are not happy about what you're doing, you'll never do well in this. So if you're passionate about marketing and communications, this intrigues you, this makes you going, and gets you going in the morning to wake up in a winter morning, I think you will find a way. The last bit is where I would probably help you understand is there's this guy called Felix Dennis who used to be the magazine mogul of the 70s and 80s in UK. So he used to be a billionaire. So he in his autobiography, he actually wrote that he was sitting in a sea beach in the Caribbean and writing his autobiography. So when he actually got his first 100 million, he would have been sitting in that same place and writing his biography. But he went on and got the billions of dollars. During this course of time, he was bankrupt several times and he struggled in many facets of his life. But what kept going is that he loved this situation where he would actually fight with the world. So the last bit, I think the potential career trajectories. Before I take the question, I see a few questions there in the text box. Uh, if you really want to pursue a career trajectory in marketing and communication, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to start as a brand officer, you have to start as a management trainee, you have to start as a data officer. I think at the end of the day, any sphere of marketing that you join, it will lead you to the ambition that you have. There is no such situation where you join or form a career that, yes, I will join this organization, I will join here, and that will lead me there. There is no set formula to it. Every one of us will find our own ways. When I joined BAT, I joined as a teacher officer. I thought that I will stay here for 5 years, then I will go abroad for higher studies. It's been 12 years and I still feel like I have joined yesterday. Because I get bored really quickly. So when I got a lot of, how do I put it, a new roles, I kept me in the organization. So whenever I have discussion with my line manager or unit head or someone, I like to have new opportunities. And then I think that helped me grew in this organization or wherever you want to grow. So there is no such silver bullet on which side of your career you should be joining. I think you should be open to any opportunities that come your way. Because when you're young, you cannot always really figure out what's coming your way rather than try to grasp anything that comes your way. I think that will help. That's pretty much all from my presentation slides that were there. I think there was one question that was posted in the text box, that how competition experience helped you in your professional life. Um, Back in those days, I think I started my undergrad in 2008. There were four major competitions that was held in Bangladesh. The Nestle Blue Tie, Unilever Bizmaestros, Battle of Minds, and HSBC Youngsters Award, or YA something. I participated pretty much in all of them. I ended up winning three. I was second runner-up in Battle of Minds. I was second runner-up in Unilever Bizmaestros. Then there was few international competition called GWIS and GWIS or something, I forgot. So I participated in those as well. I came fifth in the world. So the reason I wanted to say this is I told you the successes. I lost. I came last in my first competition, which was called Citibank NA's Financial Quiz. I was part of the team which scored negative 79, where everyone scored positive. I participated in probably 10, 11 global report competition where I was not in any form or shape in any sort of list. And there were many internal competitions. I think there was this one called NSU Ad Maker where my team did not even made it to the list. So the reason I said all of this is you can always read the books and you can always go through the matters that are there around you. But where do you are and how everyone is faring, the best place to judge this is the competitions that you have. It's not something to boost your confidence. Yes, I have won that. I should be better than others. Yes, for that very day, you're probably better than others. But how do you go through that experience makes you more resilient than what you were before. And the failures that you have in competition, the successes probably helps you to be confident. The failures make who you are. So I think the competitions that I won probably was something that I really cherish. But I think the competitions that I failed made me a stronger human being. And it's just like playing football or cricket. I never played cricket well. I was a big football fan. So in the football field, you probably are always trying to better yourself as an individual. The competition is a ground where you actually try to better yourself rather than trying to be the best in the world. You can never be the best in the world because no matter how much you win, there will be one competition that you will lose. So the competitive experience helps you to grow you as an individual and to grow camaraderie as well. Because you work with your team, not all of your team members will have the same motivational level or aptitude level that you require, and you get to work in different environments. You get to meet individuals from different universities. You make friends. You make enemies as well. When I was young, I used to hate certain uh, teams of certain universities. But then again, after 12 years, I think three of us from the same batch survived in BAT. So we are the best friends. All of our friends, families go hang out together. But if I look back 12 years back, probably we wanted to win that competition, but that's how it is. I think competitive experience helps, and it is always very important. You test yourself out, even if you do not do well, as I did in many of the cases, most of the cases, and I was lucky to be successful in some of the cases. It will help you. I think there are a few other questions. When you launch a marketing campaign, how do you calculate the probable number of customers
We have
to
a
be?
lot of questions already, Bhai.
Okay, so I'm trying to answer one by one. So, hello, can you hear me? Oh, sorry. There was another
Yes, we
question.
can.
Sorry. Yeah. When do you launch a marketing campaign? How do you calculate the probable number of customers? To be more precise, how do you measure that this particular campaign can bring in the number of consumers? Right. There are many ways. The scientific way to calculate what's the potential consumers is we have loads of research from Kantar, Nielsen, many research agencies. For example, if I want to launch a campaign, I know how many target consumers are there. As Emos was showing, the ACC A, B, C, all those calculation is done, and whose income level is what, who is going to pursue what. So there is a circa sort of a calculation that is done on the back of the hand, that how this should be working, what is the potential consumer base, but that can never be precise or absolutely precise at a uh, at a certain level. We always try to have a buffer like 10-15%, that if it is at more than 70% accuracy, we are fine with it. So if there is a campaign, we try to have a target segment. Um, if we invest, what is the target of this segment? So we try to track record the previous data of what similar campaign actually achieved, and whether the investment or activities are more or not. Based on that calculation, we try to predict what is going to be the success of this campaign. So it's based on historical evidence that we try to calculate how precise this competition is going to be. If there is no evidence of historical data, then we try to have a discussion and probably see. We try to highlight that in business case, that this is something we didn't have historical precedence. So this is something we are going to have, and we try to do a POC, which is called proof of concept of any a sort of activities of this kind. Hope that answers your query, Tasnim, Tabassum, Sharon. The next question that there is, hello, what made you realize that this is the path you want to follow for your career, or this major is the one you should be pursuing? I was a horrible student. When I did my HSC, I knew my parents wanted to be a doctor, but I did not want it to, because I hated my life. My mother is a doctor. I hated the way she was always away. Um, I wasn't really great in mathematics and physics and chemistry. I was good in maths, but horrendous in chemistry. So I knew I will not cut the engineering course for Kuwait. I did had the scope to give exam in Kuwait and stuff, but uh, the amount of education that you need to pursue, I knew I didn't have it. At that point of time, the easiest undergrad was BBA, and to tell you very frankly, I wanted to go live my life abroad. So from that perspective, I actually started studying BBA. I did not have any idea what career potential does it have, how I'm gonna earn a bread, or what I'm gonna do. I really wanted to figure out. At that point of time, there were not many BBA grads as well. So I heard that you would get some career in some multinational companies or somewhere else, but I didn't know. People told me that government jobs were the thing. So it was a very confusing era where, while I was doing my undergrad, I think the guy who took the course of Principles of Marketing, my faculty called Polar Sir in my university, when he was giving the lectures, I got intrigued by the course of marketing, and I felt like, okay, this seems to be interesting. And uh, there was a competition called DCCI Young Visionaries back then, which required a marketing plan submission. So I still remember I went into his room and asked that I wanted to participate in this competition and how can I excel. And he gave me few books on case studies of how different companies actually went on and were successful campaigns. And reading those, I felt very intrigued, and I actually at that point of time, I think there was this uh, trip that we planned as a batch, and we were going to Cox's Bazar, and I was trying to, as it intrigued me, I tried to not jot down whatever campaigns that are happening in the streets. And I think that trip I decided that I'm going to pursue this marketing career and probably start reading it. I think that book of case studies, which was very well written, I think it was written by, I don't remember the writer. It was probably an amalgamation of case studies book, probably from Kotler's publication or something. That helped me to understand that how this is so intriguing, and that's how I landed in here. Um, I think that's all the questions that were there in the text box. If any of you have any queries, I'm happy to answer if you want to unmute. Apart from that, I think that's pretty much all from my end.
We had one question that was asked pretty early on in this session, which was,
Okay.
what does your go-to-market planning process looks like, and how do you ensure that you are touching all the customer points?
To tell you very frankly, if we want to launch a brand or a SKU on extension, we have roughly, in a good day, we will have roughly a year's planning. In a bad day, if I'm reacting to competition, it will be 1 month to 3 months lead time. For example, I work for a controversial product, so I will not name the product, but I will try to examples in both the case. For example, in some year, we knew that the pricing of this brand is going to move from X to Y. So it's going to increase at a certain level, but we could forecast that probably a year back. So if the prices go up, we try to do a research study that what the consumers want and what is going to be the tipping point or threshold of this product. For example, if the prices go up, we try to carry a research called CPC, that how many people will keep purchasing this product and how many people would go down. So you'd have a research agency do that, find out how many people would stay in that potential pool. So they will give you as a percentage. So roughly 70% people will stay with that product and 30% will go down. Then we would do a FGD session or further qualitative session asking those individuals how or what benefits do you want from this product, that if you do not pay that, what are the minimum thresholds of the product that are there. So then we narrow down what people would actually want and what brand would actually be they're looking for. Then we try to have another semiotic study. We try to make brands look like that. What are the colors? What are the benefits? What are the product outputs they would like, and what character associations or what essence they would like to have. And all these are nurtured in a research which takes about 9 to 10 months. Then the product is developed, then checked, and then launched in the marketplace. This is a scenario where we roughly get a year timeline ahead, where we are planning ahead for it. But in my case, in last 12, there are very few occasions like that. For example, if I give you an example of South Korea, when I was working down there, there was a product which was launched in the most weirdest sort of flavor called apple banana fruity flavor, and where a elephant was actually hanging around. It was from KTNG, Korea Tobacco and Group. So we didn't have any chance, and the trial outputs in the market was the highest in there. So there were two ways we could have done that. One is emulate that same product, or we tried to launch an international brand, which is much bigger brand that there is. So that's where the EMF to process of the meetings happen, and we take a decision on how this is going to be, where there are no researchers. We just know we have to react to a competitive pressure. So the reaction can be just going or mimicking that same brand and have a different brand identity, or probably develop something new. In terms of places like Sri Lanka, where you don't have a much of a competitive pressure, you probably have something which is done in the illicit or some other segments. You actually try to have a faster reaction time, knowing what the consumer pricing would be. So what I'm trying to say, this might sound Hebrew to all of you, but I'm trying to say it depends on scenarios to situations. There is not one size that will lead you to launch a certain product or pricing or stages available. There is a certain stage that is available in your books, that these are the 10 items you need to follow before you launch a product. But which 10 you need to take a call back in that time, thinking the company's investment and output based on your shoulder. A lot of agility is required when you're launching a product. So hope that clarifies your question.
Very well said, Bhai. We actually still have Imon Bhai present with us, and I think
Yeah.
we would love to hear his thoughts about this question as well. Imon Bhai, if you could share your thoughts.
Harshi, can you please come up with the question Which one
Of
you were?
course, right. So the question was, how do you plan the go-to-market plan when you are launching a brand, and how do you ensure that you are covering all the customer touch points while making the plan?
So basically, for different campaigns, for different product launch, so customer, we segment also. We have different segments of customers for different campaigns and different products. So it's not necessarily we always target all the consumers, uh, all the audiences for every campaign or every product launch. So so since now, if I consider my brand, I mean Domino's. So Domino's is a very new brand in context of Bangladesh. And if you see, you have never seen Domino's Pizza ads on TV, on television, right? Then again, in my presentation, I showed that TV is the highest penetrated media in Bangladesh. But why we are not on TV? The reason is, uh, till now, Domino's is available in only three cities. One is Dhaka, the other two is Chattogram and Nayangarh. So Chattogram, we just launched our stores last month. So if we consider being the most penetrated media, we should be on TV to communicate. So for some, probably someone may consider why Domino's is not on TV, because TV is a mass media, and as you read in the textbook that there is ATL, BTL. So TV comes or falls under ATL. So why we are not on TV? Because our TV is obviously very most expensive media as well. So if I go, I can go for TV also. I can go for TV ads. But if tomorrow I start airing TVC, TV advertisements, then it will reach to every people around the country. But unfortunately, Domino's is not everywhere in the country, right? So I will reach a lot of people, right? But I will not my target audience who can actually choose Domino's, who can have Domino's tomorrow, right? So that is one of the reasons why being even TV is the biggest or the most penetrated media. We are not on TV. We are not on printed also. So for us, till now, is digital media is very important media, because we can target our audience whom we want to reach. Even in Chittagong, now we launched two stores, one in Agrabad, the other is in GSC. So we can target people who are living close to Agrabad and GSC, and where we that Domino's has a promise of 30 minutes delivery. So we always communicate to the people to whom we can deliver within 30 minutes. And obviously for digital, for the young generation, we do digital activities mostly. And for others, like if you see, I don't know, whoever lives in Dhaka and order Domino's, if our people go to deliver the food to your home, and probably you are living in a six-story building on the fifth floor, and so my person who are going, our delivery person who is going to deliver, so he carries a leaflet of our menu items. And when he is taking the lift, while he is going to deliver the food to your floor, but when coming back, he's not taking the lift. He's coming by the staircase, and in front of every doors, he's distributing one leaflet. So that's how we are maximizing our the productivity of the team members also, because probably one person has ordered from that building, but after getting that leaflet, probably I am getting the second or third order on the same day, or probably within couple of days. So and most importantly, the family members who probably are not available on digital media so much, they are also getting to know about that. And we are getting uh, them to see the brand offerings, the products, and everything. So actually, we do a lot of things and different media vehicles for different aged group of audience. We do a lot of visibility activities. Even I can give you another example. Whenever we are going to outside Dhaka, we are taking the LED billboards on those areas. And this is a lot of offline and online activities to reach the audience. Yeah.
Thank you for that insight, Bhai. So let's circle back to Wasik Bhai. So, Bhai, after working 12 years in brand management, could you tell all the viewers some pros and cons about working in this sector compared to other sectors so that we could all have a better understanding about this sector specifically?
Um, I think I spent out of my 12 years, I worked as a marketeer mostly, but I served in three sub-functions of marketing. One was strategy planning and insight, which basically is you do the planning of stocks, production, and for example, if you want to, what should be the ideal volume, and you run the EMF or the processes of the organization, that what's need to be produced, what's the volume that needs to be produced, how the bottom line is going to look like. The second function, sub-functions that I work for is trade marketing and distribution. That's basically sales. You manage distributors, you manage customers, you manage distribution and all this stuff. And you have key accounts management as well. The third bit that I worked is brand marketing, where it's managing the brands. I managed pretty much all the major brands that are there for my organization, and also manage certain brands that is available in Sri Lanka as well. So in my 12 years, if I work, what did I feel? What is the pros of a marketing professional? You get to travel a lot of places. I think I myself was posted in pretty much three parts. I have actually traveled, apart from, I think, certain parts of Rajshahi and certain parts of Chittagong, I've traveled pretty much all over the country. It has made me to go to Silas, Thanas, and all the places. I think I feel blessed that I've eaten in a lot of hotspots. Like if I had a second career, I would be a food blogger, because I've been to all the famous places of this place, of the certain jewelers, and have the delicious food out there. I've seen a lot of sunrises and sunsets in pretty much all the sea beaches of Bangladesh and a lot of other places as well. So if you love to travel, you'd love the job of a marketeer. That's a big, big pro. You get to meet a lot of new people, because every day when you're working on a campaign, you're working on a project, you're working on sales and distribution, you get to meet a lot of people. So if you love having friends or connection networks, this is another big pro of working as a marketing personnel, because there are so many places you will be end up being going to. There will be a lot of people that you will have networks with. Um, Apart from that, I think the biggest plus of is you will always be spending a certain time with the youth. What do I mean by that? Is it's been 12 years I've been working, and I would be fairly saying that I'm a middle-aged man now. But this gives me opportunities. My profession is always to be around younger people who are actually telling me what to do, what not to do, what's cool and what's not cool. That's a big plus. I think as an individual, I like to be young at heart, and no matter how older I get, I think I've always surrounded by younger people who has the energy to break the boundaries. When you're growing older in life, you have a lot of constraints on your thinking, your families, your responsibilities. But when you have someone in your team, চলেন ভাই করে ফেলি, বস করে ফেলি, আর কিচ্ছু হবে না, এই ধরনের ডিসকাশনটা always helps to keep you energized. I think these are the three pluses you have as a marketer. In terms of cons, there are certain risk element to it. And what do I mean by risk element to it is you lose out on a lot of relationships. your family needs to bear, and by risk, I'm not being risk of a organization. What I mean is risk of having less time with your family, your parents, your loved ones, because it will keep you busy on your toes all the time. So you have to live uh, life with your closer ones in the moments. Not I really look forward to my vacations now that my daughter is growing up. I try to manage my leaves during the annual leaves of her school or certain time of the year where it becomes very precious because there are certain things at a certain level going on around the country or around the any campaign might be going on, and there are always certain things that I need to do. So there are certain risks that I might lose on missing someone's by a birthday, and people need to sacrifice a lot who are around you, supporting you to be who you are. So at certain point of time, you misunderstand them and they misunderstand you. So those are the risk of, I would say that I've faced in my 12 years, the risk of being misunderstood, that you are prioritizing something not over someone, but over task. So that is a perspective that I would like to highlight. That if you really don't love it, and if your family or close ones do not know what this means to you, because at the end of the day, this work will not be paid. The happiness of seeing being a marketer is being loved by your consumers, which you will not translate to your salary, not all. So a great campaign might not give you a promotion, but a great campaign might make you feel good. That feel good factor. I was part of the team which actually held or organized some of the biggest concerts of Bangladesh. So when you're in the control panel, seeing the crowd having a good time, that's the moment you know your campaign or this concert or this activity that you wanted to land is a hit. But that will not give you any edge in your life, or you have missed probably your daughter's birthday or something like that. So there is a lot of risk of the sacrifices that you have as a marketeer. But if you love to be hanging around in that particular moment, I think that will help you. So I think I tried to give you an elaborate answer of what's the pros and cons of being a marketer.
I think we love elaborate answers like that. When bhai you were talking about the personal experience, আমি personally অনেক relate করতে পেরেছিলাম কারণ আমার বাবা সজীবের regional sales manager ছিলেন. He worked 14 years in Shojib, so I could actually personally relate as my father also sometimes missed and I used to miss him a lot during those times. So with that being said, I think our questions that we got from the comment section and the forms are all done. So all that is left for us to do is actually express our gratitude. Thank you so much, Bhai, for honoring us with this incredible session. You had such a lovely presentation planned out, and it is our wish that we can see you in the future in IBAJU, and hopefully you can come online, offline instead of online, and take a session with us and talk more about the marketing that you have done already in Bangladesh. Uh, so thank you for such enriching presentations. And since we have
Thank you so
already
much. I
done,
think a few last words from my side. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I think Kia came up to me and said that you guys need someone to speak about it. And I told her at first that I'm currently in the sales operation team. Am I the right fit for the discussion or not? Then she insisted that I should be speaking to you. I always feel great to be with younger minds, and I will inshallah definitely try to be in your university if everything permits. And if there is any invitation, I will try my level best to drop by here. I always like to going back to universities because I love to be young at heart, because I think that's where the ideas and the rebels are born. I think the universities of Bangladesh, I have a strong feel that if people stop being rebel, we will not have a better country. And I'm a big believer in Bangladeshi talent. I think if I in the organization that I represent, Shehzad Bhai is currently the managing director, who is the first Bangladeshi to do so. And I believe if our talents are good, one day we become group CEOs. So by group CEOs, I mean not of the organization that I work for, maybe the CEOs of the Fortune 500 companies that we see in NASDAQ and stuff. So I always feel dream big. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you and answering all your queries. I really, really hope my 2 cents helped you to inspire you in some water ways to follow the paths of marketing. And if you love it, you like it. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Cheers and take care.
Thank you so much, Bhai, for breaking down the entire process of marketing and going phase by phase as to what the entire marketing process entails. And it is my hope to all the viewers that they take away insights and valuable things from this session and think more about brand management strategies and think whether they want to carry on in marketing as their passion or as their career. So it is my message to all the viewers that don't forget to keep an eye out on our page of IBJU Business Club for more such exciting events. We hope that we can keep bringing on more such events where industry leaders come and talk to us, and we undergraduate students who are always feeling so much lack of direction as to where we should go in our careers, we can get some insights from that. So with that being said, thank you to all for joining us today. And a special thanks to Imon Bhai as well, who could not be with us till the last minute. We look forward to seeing all of you in our future events. Have a great evening. Assalamu alaikum.